First thing to do here is to find the general equation. And what is the general equation? That arrow will be equal to a plus bs all squared. What this simply means is that arrow, which is a quantity, it's equal because it's a partly constant and partly varies as a square of x. So that's why we're squaring this. So the idea of the a and b being given here has to do with the constant term. A is a constant term and b is a constant of the proportionality from the formula we were looking at in the previous class. Now the next thing we'll do after writing the general equation is to substitute the value that have been given. Now from the first one we have that s is equal to 3 and arrow is equal to 29. If that be the case, it now means that we are going to be having something like this, that this will now be 29 will be equal to a is a constant and b also is another constant, but the s here was given as 3. So when we square 3 square will give us 9, so meaning that here will be 9b. This we call equation 1. Now for equation 2 we are checking the next part of it where s is equal to 6 and r is equal to 83. So when s is equal to 3, so r here it's 83, so here will be 83 will be equal to a plus, and then our s rather is given as 6, so 6 square is going to give us 36, so we'll have that here will be 36b, and this now is equation 2. Obviously this now is a simultaneous equation, so what do we do now? We can use an elimination method to solve this easily. If we use elimination method to solve this, that we can just simply say equation 2 minus equation 1, equation 2 minus equation 1. So when we do that, this is what we are going to have. 83 minus 29 will give us 54, so we'll have that 54 will be equal to a minus a, so that one is eliminated, and then 36 minus 9 will give us 27, so we'll have that here will be 27b. Now when we divide both sides by 27, we'll have that b it's equal to 2, so the value of b is equal to 2. Now if we want to solve for the value of a, we can easily put the value of b into, perhaps to make it easier, into equation 1. When we do that, we'll be having a here which is going to be 29 will be equal to a plus b is 2, so 9 times 2 give us 18, so we'll have that here will be 18. And then when we solve directly from here, then we'll have that the value of a will be equal to 11, so that the value of b is 2 and the value of a is 11. Now how do we now get the general equation, which is the general equation connecting r and s? So the general equation connecting r and s would be that r will be equal to 11 plus 2s squared, because the value of a is given as 11, that's why it is here, and the value of b is given as this. So this now is the general equation, so we've gotten the value of a. So now to get the value of b, simply what we just have to do now would be we'll use this formula. Now this now can be referred to as our formula, right, for this equation. So using this formula now to get the value to solve for b, we'll just simply say that this now it's going to be, we have r, it says that we should find the value of r when s is equal to 9, so that will now be r is equal to 11 plus 2, s equal to 9, meaning here will be 9 squared, so 9 times 9 will give us 81, so we'll be having that here will be 9 times 81 rather, right, 81, so we'll have here 81, and from here we'll have that r will be equal to 11 plus 81 times 2 will give us 162, so we'll have here 162, and finally the value of r will be equated to 173. So try out to get a value